Thank you very, very much. There's some very slick presentations. Thank you, Toastmasters. A lot of fun, different methods of getting messages across. So we really appreciated that. I just want to make a couple of comments about each of them. In terms of sustainable tourism, the thing I took from that is it's not enough to avoid damage. We've got to go and be proactive. I like the idea of the pie. I like the idea of getting our tourists that are here and our tourist companies actually adding to the environment, planting a tree, making something happen to improve, to enhance. So it's not just not damaging, it's actually enhancing. That's a good message. Number two, for the environmentally friendly business, basically our government likes to incentivise rather than to have compulsion. And that's the whole idea of something like the emissions trading scheme, which incentivises people to cut their carbon. So you can do better in your business if you cut your carbon. The same with the waste minimisation. If you cut your waste going to landfill, it is incentivised to do that. And I just wanted to make a point. There was mention of Christchurch, and we've got a wonderful opportunity in Christchurch to rebuild our city in a sustainable, environmentally friendly, low-rise, safe, green tech city, and that's the themes that are coming through. That's what everybody's talking about. But in a way, it really suits Christchurch. We've been long known as the Garden City. We are keen to make our city greener, and we've already started on that. Just before the day of the first earthquake was the day that they had the open day for our new council building. And our new council building is a 6-star green building. First of all, it was a recycled building. It used to be a postal centre. Then it recycles all its water. It collects energy from the Burwood tip and brings it through from methane. All the high-tech things, turns lights off, does everything. And it's fully insulated. So we've already started on that track, and we're hoping to continue along that track. And finally, just to make a comment on the urban water management. Peter Blake was known for his saying, good water, good life. And there's a bit of a urban-rural divide about who dirties our water. We hear a lot about dirty dairying, but we don't hear so much about dirty urban people. And I have to say, the farmers are all terribly incensed. Every time you say you're dirtying our waterways, they say, well, what about those dirty city people? So what it really points to us is that everyone has to take responsibility for their waterways. Everybody must be responsible to make life just a little bit easier for Frank and Lynn. Because after all, that's what it's all about. So first, thank you very much for everybody for your presentations. Fantastic, really slick, really professional, full of good ideas, really inspired. And I'd just like to say the last thing. I got given this for me. This is from Dunedin, but the question was, on the back, I will go home and share the amazing things which I have learnt at school assemblies, with my family, and just raising awareness in general. Then act. And then she's asked me, what will you do? And that's what it's all about. So often we have fantastic experiences, we go to conferences, we get together, we go to a great meeting, we get fantastic ideas, and then what happens? We go home. And then we forget, or we stop. So if everybody, I promise to put on the top of my diary, what am I doing? If everybody remembers once a week to think about what did I do, what came out of this, and the legacy from this event will go on for years to come. So cheers.
Finally, and most importantly, to our 50 delegates, you are now Blake leaders and will be forevermore. I remember a challenge that my father gave me when at 34 I took on my first CEO role in health, and I said to him, Dad, I really want to be part of making New Zealand have a great health system because our country deserves that. I want us to have the best healthcare system in the world. And he said, daughter, don't tell me, show me. And that's a little bit like Peter Blake, actually. He was a man of deeds, not words as well. So my challenge to you when you leave is don't tell me, show me. Go back to your communities, take the things that you learned this week and show us your wonderful action. We have loved sharing this week with you, and while we're all looking forward to a good night's sleep over Easter and possibly 1 or 2 glasses of wine, We also want you to know that we have learned a lot from sharing this time with you, hearing your stories, watching you interact with others, and seeing how our New Zealand youth can be incredibly innovative and respectful. Like Peter, be proud of your country and have the self-belief to know that Kiwis can and do achieve great things. As our 2011 Youth EnviroLeaders Forum draws to a close, I'd like to invite Marisha to make final remarks, followed by our forum waiata. After our final karakia, we would love for you to all join us for morning tea here, and for that I wish you safe travel home to your friends and family for Easter.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So, 5 days ago, we walked into the campus thinking, what are we doing here? We met new people, we were awkward, uncertain, unsure about what to do, and unsure about our roles as delegates. Basically, we were clueless. And well, look at us now. We are here, heads filled with wonderful memories, fun, laughter, and most of all, motivation and inspiration. Over these 5 days, we have gone and learned about many, many different things, whether it be how to turn your passion into action, or whether we've been empowered to become good leader, no matter how big or small the difference we make. We've met some pretty awesome people and have had the opportunity to take a step forward, to go out there and express our opinions and our efforts as youth leaders. We've learned so much this past week. We saw just how much potential we as a country have to lead the world in facing and solving environmental issues. That we, youth, we have such potential to make a difference. If in just 5 days we achieved so much, what could we do in just a few years? It's just unimaginable. And who do we have to thank for this wonderful, wonderful opportunity? Well, firstly, on behalf of all the students at the Leadership Forum, I would like to thank every individual who made this camp possible, every person who made this happen for us, and every member of the Sir Peter Blake Trust, and of course our fantastic chaperones. Thank you so much for making it all the more better. So a big, big round of applause for them. And one last thing I would like to say is that the only way we can honor this hard work and effort that has been put in behind us all the time, all we can do is we can take what we have learned back to our hometowns, back to our places, and share it around. Do something about it. Make a difference. Not only stick to it. Thank you.